That's right, Lunar New Year is coming. We're getting a brand new character, but we're also getting access to all the old ones. We have, the twins, the Emperor Fu, the other twins, the older twins, Good Boy Chow, Yoon, all these characters are coming back. Except they're not getting Neo Vision Awakenings, none of them at all. We're gonna be touching on that as well, guys. If you guys are playing War of the Visions or Brave Exvius and you're not using the Amazon App Store version of the game, there's no reason not to, especially if you're making in-app purchases, because the App Store and Amazon coins are going to save you up to 20%. We're sponsored by Amazon in the App Store today. You can save up to 20%, especially if you use my special promo code down below. I'll have it linked in the description of every video for you guys, and it's not that hard to swap over. You simply need to go into your menu in your settings for either FFBE or War of the Visions and make sure that your accounts are synced to the account email of your choice. If you're buying anything in-app, there's no reason not to save up to 20% on your valuable real-world money. So go ahead and check that out. Thank you once again for that sponsorship, and let's get into the content. So let's go over this part first, and then if you haven't seen it, because it's not in-game, I looked really hard for it, there's an official statement about a lot of things in FFBE. So let's touch on this real quick. Obviously, brand new character here. You're gonna have a bunch of different of the old Lunar New Year 5 stars on this banner, and the new character is obviously gonna be base Neo Vision. You're also going to have the summon coin, so you can pity her if you do desire to do so. Now, based on her icons here, looks like she's gonna be a little bit of a mage, a little bit of a support. You got the upper arrow, a little bit of healing capability in her brave shift form, which is kind of weird considering most damage dealers better attacks are in their brave shift form. So we'll have to keep an eye out on that. Now, is she going to be good? We don't know yet. That all comes down to multipliers and stuff, but she is going to be based around spirit as well as magic at the same time. Her brave shift does last infinite turns there. And let's take a look at her TMR, super TMR, and a little bit of her card here. So you can see 7th Nirvana, STMR, 183 magic, 140 spirit, and is also going to give you TDH magic as well as spirit. So she's gonna be based on having be built for both magic and spirit at the same time. That's a little wonky. TMR is the same thing here, magic and spirit, as well as additional magic with a rod and spirit with a staff there. So interesting considering that you're true double handing the STMR here. You can't wear a staff and a rod at the same time. Kind of okay, aren't really not that great there, unless you're not using her super TMR. Maybe she's like a true dual wield in her base form or something. We have no idea yet. Vision card here is also magic and spirit based, and we'll touch on those cards' abilities as well. Her featured abilities are shown off here is going to be, first one, a cooldown skill, boosts her magic and spirit randomly for all allies, boosts magic and spirit, fills LB gauge, and gives her quadruple cast for 4 turns to the caster. Now this is pretty interesting. Boosts magic and spirit randomly for all allies. We never like the word random in FFBE, but if the base, like the less version of it, is a good boost, like maybe it's 250 to 350%, that'd be cool. That'd be cool, but we don't know that, so who knows. A brave ability they're showing off here reduces water resistance, boosts water damage for the caster as well. Doesn't look like it does damage though. No, doesn't do damage. Okay, so water imperils and gives you some damage bonus up for your water. Nice. Brave shift abilities for her brave shift form. We have the pedal wall, reduces damage taken for 3 turns, restores HP, and activates a barrier from the next turn for all allies. And then also her Magnus ability here boosts spirit for the caster, activates a barrier, boosts resistance to stop and charm for all allies, and deals water magic damage to 1 enemy there as well. So I don't know how good she's gonna be because she's like this half Z, half healer, half Z, half DPS thing. She's kind of reminded me of Neo Vision Aerith, which was a good unit, still is a good unit, and Brave Exvius for that split that you can do there. She's never the most powerful character, but she is still pretty strong. This one looks like it might be like the water version. It's got some nice supportive aspects, but not a whole lot of else to go off of right now. We don't have the multipliers as always there. Then of course her new vision card, let's go take a look at that real quick. The Delicate Lotus boosts magic and spirit when equipped with a rod. Thank goodness it's not with a staff. If that was a staff, that'd be bad. And then level 10 one for an FFBE unit gives you fire, ice, lightning, water, wind, earth, light, and dark. So all of the elements in the game, 20% resist up there. And then obviously one last battle. It's from a vision card bundle, of course, which is kind of whatever. Ice and fire resist, more ice and fire resist. So it's a very ice and fire resist card. 60% ice, 60% fire, attack and defense bonus there, and some additional flat attack and defense there as well. So that's going to be those two things. We do also have some collaborations, or not collaborations, but some time limited stuff coming up. The Happy New Year login bonus, lunar slots, the Chocobo, Happy New Year, because I do believe it's like Year of the Bull, right? Year of the Ox. I forget which one it is. Is it Ox? I think it's Ox. I think it's Year of the Ox. Sorry. So some additional login rewards there. 1/10 ticket down there. Was that a 1/10 ticket that I saw? That's pretty cool there. And then slot machine coming in as always to gain some additional rewards there. So let's talk about the big one on everyone's mind here. Let's talk about this big bad boy here. Now this is you can go and read it for yourself. It's on the Twitter. You can read it right here, and then you click on the link here, and it takes you to this Final Fantasy Brave Exvius plans for enhancements of existing units. Now I know a lot of you guys are upset about this. I'm not, frankly. It's not like I didn't see this sort of thing coming, right? Because we've been playing this catch up game, and I don't want to get off the trail, but like global is its own sort of thing, but they're still kind of beholden to what's going on in JP at the end of the day. And JP's doing a lot of weird power creep, nonsensical stuff, especially if you've seen the new Luna Freya, who hits like 7,000 magic. Yeah, they're kind of going way up there. They made like a mistake, and now they're, I don't know what they're doing in JP. But it's kind of making me go, what are you doing? So at the end of the day, like they're still kind of beholden to JP, and if JP's ramping up the power creep, that gives us less time to just kind of sit back and do our own thing. And at the end of the day, they do get to make their own decisions, but at the end of the day, if everyone knows 4 months down the road we're gonna have characters with 7,000 magic coming out, what are we really gonna be working on here? So I'm gonna read this real quick and I'm gonna go over it. So during our live stream late August, we said we had the plan of ability awakenings and latent abilities from around November of 2020. So I guess they were supposed to implement them around November of 2020. Didn't happen. Go figure. As it stands, we haven't been able to do that yet, and we sincerely apologize. Of course, you know, I mean, great, awesome, fantastic. Just yeah, we haven't finished our series bonus boss battles yet, and all of our latent abilities from like 20 years ago. I don't know. Additionally, we know you are all looking forward to Neovision Awakenings for global original units, but we currently do not have a clear idea about that timing. This is because we are currently allocating our staff towards development of new global original content for FFBE. Ever since Neovisions were implemented, we've received requests for content that enables to bring out their capabilities and fight more challenging enemies. We're developing the game we do make with finite resources in terms of manpower and time. When we thought about what we should do as our first priority, we thought we needed to address those voices first. We will update you with more details about new content when we are able, so please look for those updates. Okay, so before we comment on that, I want to read this last part too, and this is the part that most people are kind of upset about. My big head's probably gonna be blocking it a little bit. No, I think we're okay. As this is the direction we plan to take, we are not planning to introduce Neovision Awakenings for global original units during the next Lunar New Year or Easter. So, you know, no Lunar New Year, right? We just talked about that. No Easter, so no Sylvie, no Esther. Not happening. However, in an effort to respond to the players' requests as much as we can, we will rework already existing global original units to make them even stronger once every 2 to 3 months. Rather than implementing ability awakenings or latent abilities, this would further improve originally included capabilities. Currently, the rework that is being planned for this already existing Esther unit in April of 2021. Hope you look forward to that. Thank you for continued support of FFB. So let's break this down. There's some good stuff. There's some bad stuff. There's some good stuff though too as well. So there's some other stuff that's kind of got me on the edge here. So they said that they're not planning on allocating resources to giving global original units basically Neovision forms, right? Neovision Awakenings, which we've kind of seen that before. We already have so many of them. A lot of people are kind of, you know, they like the ones that come out, right? We just got Christine. We did Grimlord Sakura. She was cool as well. But there's so many old ones. I mean, how many are on here? Like, this is like an infinite amount. This is like an infinite amount of characters. So we would need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 7 of these characters. It's literally impossible for them to do all of those. So, you know, that's understandable. And it's always going to be the case that maybe the character that you wanted to awaken was not going to be a thing. And we'll get more on that later. I kind of wish they would still do them. So, you know, I'm with you guys on that. It's always fun to be taking your favorites out there. I know a lot of people were specifically upset mostly about the boy Chow as well as Esther, right? But anyway, I'm there with you. But there is some silver lining to that. So we'll get to that in a minute here. The thing that's got me teetering here is because, like, man, okay, so this is like the third time that we've heard like about global original content. And the last one that we got, the big one, was really good, but it also cut into the other content. I'm talking about Tel Stephanus. The Tel Stephanus global original thing was super fun. I know a lot of people liked it. It was pretty difficult, but it was balanced pretty well as well. I think the last part of that fight might have not been finished yet, but it was still fun at the end of the day. And that was like the Tel Stephanus EX fight, which was pretty cool. And they had really good rewards as well. And then also had like the trial version where you could, if you were brand new to the game, right, try it out, check it out, play with some of the higher end units. It was very easy to do once you kind of figured out you could really literally do the basic one where they gave you the units, follow like a guide of do this on this character, this character, and this character. You're a winner, Harry, you're a winner. That one was still cool though, because it lets you get your hands on characters that maybe you don't have access to and just see how they kind of work in FFBE, especially if you're a newer player. I can see how that would be really cool. But what happened last time is that kind of, I think that's where all of our series bonus boss battles just like disappeared too somehow. For some reason, like it took up so much time and effort, we couldn't get series bonus boss battles to the point where I think we just are now. We just got Shadow Lord, or are getting Shadow Lord really soon. I can't, did he come out yet? I don't know. I'm not sure. Even if he did, you probably one shot him because he's so late. Exactly. So if we get more stuff like Tel Stephanus and stuff, if you asked me like what would I want more, like a Neovision awakening for a random character like Neovision Esther, or more content, multiple kinds of content, global original content like Tel Stephanus with good rewards, I would say the content, definitely the content, because that's one of the things that's kind of lacking right now in FFB is we are getting stuff, but it's boring stuff. And the rewards just aren't that good. There's not a lot of incentivization to kind of beat these hard trials, right? We're getting harder trials than we've ever gotten in Brave Exvius before, which is fine. But they have like some of the worst rewards that we've ever gotten. You know, they got a materia with like 30% man-eater on it. It's like, for real, dude? Remember when we beat Diablos back in the day, got like a 75% one? And bought the man-eater one out of the shop for Star Quartz? Remember that? That was cool. Remember when we got Aigan Kai arms and Aigan arm and Genji Blade, and they were all really good at the time? Remember when we got the 10-man trial rewards? Remember when loot was exciting? Right? When a boss would come up and be like, yeah, dude, this is really good, man. This is like an upgrade for me, or like a side grade for me. They should be like super TMR tier level pieces of gear. Not like a beast body piece that gives you like 5% less beast damage or something that you're never going to use. If you're going to make the content hard and challenging, you need to make the rewards from that to be good as well, especially when you still have not really upped up the day-to-day, right? The King Mog, the raid, all of the basic easy stuff. That gear quality, especially for a veteran, not even for veteran, just period. Even if you're a brand new player, that gear quality is still garbo. It's really bad. I'm pretty sure from this event coming out in FFBE, sorry about that. Well, we're not gonna edit that out. In FFBE, from the Cataclysmic's beginnings, I think there's an item in here that is absolute poopsicles, right? Look at Villager's Gourd Plus. It's a rod, water elemental with 60 magic, 30. Who is gonna use this? I don't want to go on a tirade, but like this kind of stuff here, it's bad, right? This doesn't need to be the most game-breaking stuff ever, but like 25 magic, 15 spirit, 15% MP, trash. Even if you're a new player, for you, it's trash. Like slap like a 20% HP on this or something, you know? Do something. Bamboo patty hat, put some HP on this as well. Do something. Villager's Gourd, why is this 60 magic? Do something. It's 60 magic. Like, I don't know. And yeah, so you have like the easy trial reward stuff, or the easy day-to-day King Monk stuff. All bad. And then you have the trial reward stuff that's pretty bad as well. It's not exciting to get behind. And I think the last okay one that we had was like maybe the Kurl headpiece with the 51 attack, 51 magic on it, and that's only if you didn't have like a hybrid hat, and that's just because Starlight Elena had just come out and was very good for specifically her because she was a hybrid character, and it was pretty good. Not that there weren't other stand-ins for it, but it was pretty good. But it wasn't like super exciting, like crazy good, game breaking. So if we're getting new content, global original content, it needs to follow that design philosophy. It needs to have Telsophonus style rewards. Those rewards were pretty good, right? There's some resources in there. The ring, I've actually used the ring a lot of in some of the builds that I do in FFBE, and especially in some of the fights where I need specific resistances. Use that ring quite a bit for that. It's a pretty darn good ring from that battle, and the rewards are pretty cool as well. And it was a new type of trial design on top of that too, which I think is the thing that's really cool there. And I think that from what we've seen from Telsophonus, I have a lot more faith in, unless they're the same team and I don't know about it, but I really like the global content we've gotten more than the JP content, especially if you look at the content design for JP now. It's all about do all this stuff in a very specific order with these very specific new units to really tackle that fight. If you follow fight design for a little bit there in JP, right? They were like, here's a Demon Chimera. You need to get rid of its Esper field. Oh, guess who just came out? Terra. Who can do that? Here's this fight you have to beat in 10 turns to get the turn limit thing. Who's got the highest DPS check for that? Hey, you're right, the new units. Hey, man. Hey, we're going into the break gauge monsters with huge stats for break gauge bosses. Hey, it's cool, dude. We're going to throw in the 5th anniversary characters that all do 70% more damage to break gauge enemies. If you don't have them, your life's a nightmare, sort of thing. That's not really good trial design. That's designing trials around units. It's designing the trials around new units specifically, which I just do not like that at all. But Telsophonus was pretty good because it designed itself. They just designed the trial around itself. They didn't put any sort of like you can only do this as XYZ units thing. It was easier with some units, right, like Kryla, but it was doable without all of those units in the game. So the silver lining I was talking about for you guys who are upset and are still here for the video. Sorry for a little bit of tirade there. But last point here. This is the silver lining here. All right. It's because you're not necessarily guaranteed that your global original Neovision Awakening would be all that good. But they are going to rework them, which sounds bad, but also could be good because they've done this to like a unit in JP just recently. It was Crown Prince Noctis, and they pretty much buff the ever living crap out of him. And even though he's a 7-star character, and even though those new trials have really high DPS checks in JP, he can do it. It's a 7-star. That's how much they buffed him up. So we could be looking at a rework character for Esther, where you don't have to use latent ability materials, ability awakening materials. You don't have to use your transcendent pearls, all the Neovision stuff that you need to do. You might just get a BAMF 7-star Esther character for you just to use, which would be cool. I'm not saying she's gonna be that good. I don't know if that's what they plan on doing her, but the ability for that to be a thing is still there, and it is kind of sucky. And I wish that they would make them a Neovision Awakening, because it is kind of cool to snap in and get that sprite change. But if you take a look at a lot of the global original Neovision Awakening sprites, they're not really that different. The NVA sprites, right? Even something like the new one, like Elena, kind of just gets like a color swap, kind of color palette swap there. So I feel like they've been trying to manage their resources that way as well, and I know a lot of people have spoken out about that, and I agree with that. It's a little bit lazy if we just color palette swapping. I think like Grimlord Soccer like floats or something. Yeah, I don't know, man. But I would like to see more Neovision Awakening stuff. But my main problem with the game right now is JP does not make me long for this world so much, you know. But there is some stuff that Global can fix on Global's agenda, right, that we talked about, right? If you're gonna make your own content, do it right, make the rewards good, and stop with this Stop with this nonsense. Stop with this. Your day-to-day, like, no one wants any of this. This is garbage. This is like this has gone on for too long, basically. This has just gone on for too long. It's hard for me to get excited about stuff like this, right? It's hard for you to get excited, hard for new players. No one's excited for this stuff. And it just makes it more run-of-the-mill, day-to-day, snooze fest. Oh, I got more crap in my inventory, got to throw away. And, you know, people are just gonna, you know, get bored, and they're gonna leave, and they're gonna spend their time more on other stuff that they want to play with, man. And that's totally fine too, right? If you're getting burnt out, just go play some other stuff, man. And you probably have seen on the channel, I've been playing some other stuff too. It's totally fine to play some other stuff and enjoy when you find something that is really get you hyped up and amped up because it's fun, like I have been with Genshin. Then that's totally fine as well. If maybe you're not that sort of Genshin dude, maybe you are looking for something to spend your time on as well. But it's been a good time over there, and sometimes you just gotta do some other stuff so you don't get totally burnt out. But yeah, there's some things that definitely need to get changed a little bit around here. Let me know what you guys think about this Lunar New Year, Easter, no Neovision Awakening sort of extravaganza going on here. Your thoughts on everything going on in global, and your hopes for the future, and how you feel about boss battle design, all of that fluff and all that stuff. And until then, guys, take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one.